Hey guys, welcome. Today we're going to do a Choose a Path, Choose Your Destiny reading. And the topic is messages from your future self. We're going to talk about what your future self wants you to know about your current path. We're going to talk about money and career, love and relationships, those two areas, what they did to make things better, where they are in the next time frame that I'm going to share with you. The biggest challenge that your future self had to face and has already overcome, and advice from your future self, like things to embrace, things to let go, actions to take, that kind of thing, like a heads up. So we have 3 different ways to select your destiny. So for destiny number 1, future self's going to be talking to you from 3 years time in the future. We have the raven as your animal totem, and we have the signs Libra, Virgo, Pisces, and Aries. It doesn't have to be your sign, could be the sign of someone you're interested in or just something that draws your attention. You may not even consider some of this. Maybe you're just like, I always pick number 3 or something. So do what makes sense for you. For destiny number 2, it's going to be in 8 months time, so less than a year. Let's say 8 months to a yearish. We have dolphin, play. So raven was shaman and dolphin is play. Okay, and the signs we have are Sagittarius, Gemini, Capricorn, and Leo. Okay, and then for destiny number 3, we have the eagle, mastery, about being on a spiritual journey. And this future self of you, this version of your future self, sounds better, is calling you, talking to you from 5 years in the future. And the zodiac signs associated with this reading, if you wish, are Cancer, Aquarius, Scorpio, and Taurus. So I'll give you a few minutes. Do you want to find out what's going on in 5 years, 3 years, 8 months to a year? Does that matter to you? Are you attracted to the raven and also, say, the crow, the raven and the crow family? We have totem poles. Are you attracted to dolphins? They mate for life. They're very playful. Or are you attracted to the eagle? Mastery, spiritual journey, wisdom. Or are you attracted to the zodiac signs? So go ahead and feel your way into whichever group, whichever destiny. Or, you could think, I'd like to know what it's going to look like in 3 years and then in 5 years. And it could relate. And if you get into the reading and it's like, oh, hell no, this is not me at all, that's okay. Not every reading is for everybody. You can choose another destiny or, dial into another reading that's more for you. So thank you for being here. Please do subscribe and share and like to help with the algorithm. And I will see you at your destiny. Hello, future self number 1, destiny number 1. This is you talking to yourself from 3 years in the future. It's about the raven, and I'll go ahead and read that card to you. And if you chose this group, you could be influenced or could have been interested in the zodiac signs Libra, Virgo, Pisces, or Aries. And I will go ahead and remove those. We'll put this right here for a reminder. Hopefully we can still read it. I got wax and incense stuff all over the place. I gotta clean up. Okay, destiny number 1, raven. You are the creator and the magician. Use your gifts for good. There is power in your wisdom and words. Connect with the elemental spirits and glide through the void. Claim your place as keeper of the mysteries. So, the energy that I'm getting in 3 years' time, I see you a lot more spiritual. Okay. Creator and magician, using your gifts for good. I don't know, in 3 years I just see you as wiser, more in touch with your inner self, more in touch with source, whatever that is for you. If that is the universe, your spirit guides, your ancestors, God, I just see you more in touch. And ravens or crows, just may have a special place in your heart for you. Now, let's go ahead and get our first question answered. What is your future self, or what does your future self want you to know about your current path? What you're doing now. So for destiny number 1, what are you doing now? How will it affect the outcome in 3 years? And 3 years, the outcome, that's not the end. You could totally choose another path in 3 years. So we're just going to look at this, get a little slice of life, a little 3-year slice of life, what your future self wants you to know about where you are. And is where you are serving you? Is it a good path? Uh-oh. I've got a delivery. I hope he doesn't ring the bell and wake up the dogs. Okay, good. He's just leaving and I don't hear any dogs barking. Yay! Okay, so what your future self wants you to know about your current path. Oops. Hold on, we've got the Lovers. Let me cover up some body parts here. Hold on. I think I can do it with one sticky. Okay, so what your future self wants you to know about your current path, the Lovers. So if you, I already shuffled. If you are interested in someone right now, or if you are with someone, I feel like Spirit is saying this person is the one, could be the one. If you're not, I hear Spirit saying, or whoever you work with, I'm just going to say Spirit, but I'm hearing it's time. Open up your heart to love. The Page of Pentacles. Let's get them all out and see. The Wheel of Fortune. And the Hierophant. Okay, so what your future self wants you to know. With the Lovers and the Hierophant, this is not necessarily a love reading, but I feel like, well, here's just what I heard, that a younger earth sign, okay, or something that you've been building slowly. And we have the Lovers and the Hierophant. Hierophant is about higher education. It's also about becoming more in touch with your spiritual side. Like the Hierophant is the Pope in some decks. The Hierophant is the conduit between God and the masses, between the 5D and the 3D. In love, it's about marriage. In money, it could be about getting a higher level degree that's going to help you to earn a lot more money. So what I'm seeing is what your future self wants you to know about your current path. I see love and marriage, or a partnership that is going to be very successful, something like that. But with the 2, it is a partnership. And with the Page of Pentacles, a new beginning that's going to be solid, or it could be an offer from an earth sign, or both. And with the Wheel of Fortune, it's good. It's a good thing. So this is about right now, your current path. What what I would say is your current path is a good path. The only word of warning, and not even warning, like let's say advice that I can see is maybe don't keep yourself small and don't go too slow. That's really about it, because the Page of Pentacles is solid. So you want to build something. Slow and steady wins the race. You want to build something strong and solid and stable. Take this as it resonates. Again, either love or a partnership. Steady and slow, but not too slow. Take some action, but steady and slow. And it's like a small gift or a small offer too. Like oftentimes if I see the page in a love reading, I'd be like, don't accept this small offer. But I'm not getting that. I'm just seeing here, I'm just seeing like a small beginning, a small, stable, solid beginning is opening up. And this is about you in on your current path. Current could be like, you don't even know about it yet. It could be like next week. So be aware of this. But any opportunity for a partnership, this is the last time I'm going to summarize, I'm going to shut up. Any opportunity for a partnership, whether it's in love or business or whatever, it's a good thing with the Wheel of Fortune. Okay, money and career. What did your future self do to make things better where they are now? What actions did they take? Let's look and see. So, wherever you are now, if you're comfortable financially, but you want more, if you're not doing well, if you've suffered a loss, if you all the scenarios, if you're doing okay but you want to do better, if you want to build legacy for your family and you feel like you're not moving fast enough or you didn't do enough, whatever the thing is, whatever your goal is. So just maybe while I'm shuffling, close your eyes and think about, what is your goal financially? Is it to take care of your family? Is it to retire? What is your goal right now? Let's see what your future self did to make things better where they are now. And your goal could change within this 3 years. So let's see what we get. But my intention is for this to be a reflection of your current goals. Like, how did things turn out in 3 years? The Death card, the Queen of Cups, I saw that in the shuffle too, 5 of Wands, 10 of Wands. Okay, so financially, here's what I am seeing. I feel like right now you're carrying a heavy weight, something that you resent. Either you're working at a place where you're not appreciated, either financially or, even if you're being very well compensated, you are being treated poorly. Like I always used to say, hey, 3 things are important to me in a job: money, location, and culture. And you could be right next door and pay me $1 million, but if you treat me shitty, I cannot. Now location, not so much, because mostly I'm doing remote personally. But this shows me like an unhappy culture. Or this could be, so it could be an unhappy culture at the job, or this could be you being responsible for something you don't want to be responsible for. Like, did you end up taking care of adult children and not, let's not even talk about, people who are disabled or whatever, even though that can feel hard and like a burden. We all have a responsibility to a certain extent we are our brother's keepers. The energy that I'm getting here is kind of got yourself into a situation. Oh shit, forgot to. Kind of got yourself into a situation where you're taking care of others and you kind of don't want to anymore. It's kind of like it was cool at first while someone was getting their shizmet together, but then now they're kind of taking advantage or something like that. It's a burden. And even if you love these people, this person. And so what I feel like is your future self is saying, look, put down the burden, disengage with love. Now, if this would be like the Page of Cups, I could see a lot of turmoil, like back and forth, like, oh, I mean, this could even be, even though this is money and career, this could be a shitty relationship where there's a lot of fighting and it's a big burden to you. And somehow you became responsible for everything, for the financial, you know what I mean? Like, it's all on you. It's all on your back. And you didn't want it that way. You didn't intend for it to be that way. But you don't want to be like mean, or you're trying to be understanding maybe of what a person's going through. But I see fussing and fighting and contention, and I see you burdened. And so with the Queen of shush, with the Queen of Cups, I don't see in the next 3 years, I see you becoming emotionally mature. Like here, you're all a Twitter back and forth, like, oh, if they just do this, and maybe give long speeches, and hey, this is really overwhelming me. Why can't you do X? And you keep on asking for things, and this could be a relationship, a job. Like, why don't they see what a good worker I am? Why don't they see what a good partner I am? Why can't they compensate me? Why can't they do their share? You know, whatever this thing is. And I see that you went back and forth with that, trying to force this job to be, to, you know, expectations, to force this job to be something that it wasn't, and maybe it's not able to be, trying to force this relationship to be something that it isn't, and maybe can't be. Like, some people just either they have different goals, they're damaged, whatever the deal is, they can't carry their own weight, and you end up carrying all the weight. So, but what I see with the Queen of Cups is, even if you did go through that, in this 3 years, you're not going to go through that too much longer, any longer. I mean, this is 3 years in the future. You could go through this again for like another year or two or whatever, but with the Queen of Cups, it's saying eventually you are able to disengage yourself with love. I see you disengaging with love. And I see this to be a huge thing. The Death card is Major Arcana, and it is the ending of an old automatic way of doing something and the beginning of new. The king is dead, long live the king. And what that means is, yeah, the king's dead, but there's always going to be another king. So it's the new beginning. And for you, the old relationship, the old job, the old way of you trying to make something into something that it isn't, is done. You're not going to try and fix things anymore. You're going to accept or leave. That's your two options. You can't change certain things. If the company culture is to treat people shitty or poorly, I doubt you'll be able to change that, you know, yourself. And why would you want to? It's not your job. And you probably end up like getting let go as a result of, you know, being a rabble rouser is what they'd call you. And in a relationship, you can talk till the cows come home, but you can't change people. They change because they want to. And if they haven't, then there you go. But there's going to be a turning point. Now, when this turning point's going to happen, I don't know. But I'm here to tell you it will happen when you are able to disengage with love. And even from a job, you can be all pissed off, but then you wake up one morning and you're like, why have I been beating my head against the wall? This is what it is. It is what it is. Some people hate that saying, but hey, some shit is what it is. And you have to deal with it. How do you deal with it? Accept it or leave. Those are your only two options. So we see you disengaging with love and letting go of the burden. Now, I'm looking at these cards I'm asking separate questions, but I'm looking at these cards in totality as well. And when I see the Hierophant and the Wheel of Fortune, by letting go of this burden with love and realizing the folly of trying to affect change in this instance. I mean, we can affect a lot of change in the world, but not in this instance. You can't force someone to see things your way if they can't or won't. But this is a significant change that it's going to affect your life in a positive way. You're going to value yourself more. And I'll tell you what, the minute you value yourself more, and you're like, I'm worth more than this, that's when the universe, spirit, God values you more as well and starts sending in all the blessings. I'm going to take a sip of water here. So that was the question, money and career, what they did to make things better where they are. They put down the burden and they realized what they couldn't change. Okay, love and relationships, same question. What they did, your future self 3 years from now, what they did to make things better where they are now. Okay, let's look at love and relationships. What did Destiny number 1, who is communicating with us from 3 years in the future, your future self 3 years from now, what did they do to make things better in love and relationships where they are now? Now, it can have to do with love, it can have to do with family, it can have to do with friends, or all of the above. We are already in the what your future self wants you to know about your current path. We see love, the Hierophant. I see wherever you are now about love, whether it's with a specific person or your mindset, I see it being a good thing, like you're either on a good path or starting to go down a good path. So let's see. Oh, this is beautiful so far. 9 of Cups, the Moon, the Emperor, the Queen of Swords. Okay, so this is what your future self did to make things better where they are in 3 years. With the Moon and the Queen of Swords, stopped being fearful. And that's, easy to say, well, get over it. Stop being afraid. But it's like, I think it was this change here. And when you change one area of your life, like say you make this change up here in the financial part of realizing I'm not going to change this company. Why do I keep on finding myself in these situations where I'm working for companies and I'm getting paid less than I deserve, and I'm working overtime and I'm being taken advantage of? And you look in the mirror and you're like, huh, I accepted this burden. I'm kind of attracting this burden. And you learn to release with love. And when you do that, it changes everything. The old way is dead. And I feel like in love, if this happens in finance, it's going to affect, you're going to understand the same message in love. Okay? With the moon, I feel like now in relationships, you may, or in the recent past, you may have said stuff like, I don't know how all these other people are having successful relationships. I've really tried, but it seems like I've only attracted people who had trouble committing, had substance abuse issues or addictions, just negative patterns, repeating negative patterns. But when we saw what we were doing and why we were kind of in this pattern and why we were accepting these burdens and realizing that we can't fix, we can't change, we have to accept or leave. That message is falling over into love as well. And with the moon, it's like I see, and so the moon is major arcana, I see light being shone, shined, whatever the proper tense is, on your patterns. And the moon is with the death card here. It's like, oh, I see what I've been doing. I see the patterns, and I see how I've been attracting this, and how I've even been like, not only attracting it, but being an active participant. Don't know what word I was looking for. With the Queen of Swords, we see, interesting, I love this, Queen of Cups, separating with love, Queen of Swords, seeing the truth. And so we need this balance of coming from love. We always want to come from love as much as we can, okay? But we also need the balance of the truth. And the Queen of Swords is all about the truth. If you see, there's a little cage down here, and there's a cup, which in this deck, the cup equals the hearts. Cups equal hearts. So she has a heart, but she's kind of put it away for right now. She's not coming from a place of emotion. She's coming from a place of logic. And this is what helps you. You find the balance between the emotion and the logic. I love it. And so this is what your future self did to make things better in love. The same process up here, if it affected everything in your life, finances, love, either accept or leave. You can work on yourself, but you can't make others do what you want. And so that light is shown on you, and you see the truth of the situation for you. That maybe you're a fixer, and you stop trying to fix others, and you start focusing on yourself. I was quite the fixer, and I was like, my God, I'm spending so much energy trying to fix others, and look at me. How dare I? It was crazy when I realized. And what this shows with the Nine of Cups is, the Nine of Cups is the self card, and I see that you did work on yourself. This is what your future self is telling you. Work on yourself. The Nine of Cups is self-love, self-esteem, self-worth. The Nine of Pentacles, too, self-worth. It's about loving yourself. How do you love yourself? You keep promises to yourself. You you create boundaries and you enforce them. What is acceptable to you and what is not. Like you won't stay in fussing and fighting and carrying unreasonable burdens. It's like you're an adult. Why am I doing all this? Kind of a deal. And as a result, in love, you own it. The Emperor, again, major arcana. You are owning it. Let's look at advice from your future self. What advice does your future self in 3 years from now, they're looking back at you right now. What advice I'm shuffling on my leg. What advice do they have for you? For those of you who chose destiny number 1. What advice does your future self have for you? 8 of Cups, 4 of Cups, 7 of Cups, I love it. 5 of Cups, look at all these cups. Okay, the major advice is deal with your emotions, group 1. 4 of Cups, it goes 4, 5, 7, 8. 4 of Cups, be thankful for what you have. And keep an eye out for opportunities. Don't be, I call it a sad sack, that probably shows my age, but don't be a Eeyore. Don't be a wah, wah, wah. Well, I have this, but it's really not good enough. In this deck, the person does see the opportunity. That's spirit, God, someone that loves you, handing you a cup of love and opportunity. Be grateful, be thankful for what you have. And if you don't know how, Google it, Chat GPT it, figure it out. Because I feel like you may have a tendency with the 5 of Cups to focus on what you don't have or what you've lost and not what you have. Both of these cards show that. The advice, be aware of, with the 7 of Cups, opportunities. Be open to opportunities in this next 3 years. Opportunities for love, opportunities to love yourself, opportunities to be grateful for what you have. With the 8 of Cups, this is advice. This is spirit saying, sometimes you've got to walk away from something that you love to create a new start. This is I'd say this is one of the most prophetic messages that we've gotten in this reading for those of you who chose destiny number 1. You may need to walk away from something that you love. Maybe that's here. Maybe the burden is someone or something that you love, but you just cannot anymore. It's not healthy for you. It's not good for you. And so that's some advice from your future self. I think it's a beautiful life. You've got the Wheel of Fortune. You've got a lot of wonderful stuff happening here. Thanks for joining. See you next time. Bye-bye. Okay, for those of you who resonated with destiny number 2, this is your future self coming to you from 8 months in the future. Ish. So let's say 8 months to a year. What is this? So I'm doing this towards the end of August. So I would say like spring, summer next year. Ish. Okay? And if you related to the spirit animal, we have the dolphin. I love dolphins. It says dolphin, play. Ooh, I forgot number 1's up there. There we go. Sorry about that. Dolphin, play. Swim in the happy joy of living. Inhale confidence and exhale fear. Dive into your wisdom. Go with the flow. I love it. The message I'm getting from this card alone is, doggone it, have fun. Come on, man. One life. Not too much more time, and it seems like time is moving faster. Inhale confidence, exhale fear. The only thing we have to fear is fear itself. I'm such a trite saying person, but it's true. So many of us live in fear, making decisions out of fear or making no decisions out of fear. Dive into your wisdom, go with the flow. We can't control everything. Just kind of maybe see what does life have to offer, for Pete's sake. Okay? Ouch. Just burned myself. I'm going to burn the house. No, I'm not going to say that. Okay, so 8 months, the dolphin. And if you did relate to this reading due to the zodiac signs, we have Sagittarius, Gemini, Capricorn, and Leo. And if not, that's okay. Not required. Okay, so we're going to ask some questions here. Number 1, what your future self wants you to know about your current path. Like, hey, current self, I see you doing X, that's good. Or I see you doing X, you might want to stop that kind of energy. We're going to look at money and career. We're going to look at love. Oh, crap. Hold on. I had it sticky in there because a card came up with genitalia. I had to cover it up. So we're going to look at money and career. We're going to look at love and relationships. Then we're going to look at advice from your future self. Like what to embrace, what to let go, what actions you can take. So we're going to look at this like, you know, a year or less. All right? So, what does your future self, a year-ish or less, want you to know about what you're doing now, about your current path, where you're at, what you're doing, your mindset, the people that you're surrounding yourself with? Let's see. Oh my goodness. 4 of Wands, 3 of Wands, King of Swords, 8 of Wands. So the 8 of Wands is like right now energy, like bust a move, but it's kind of incoming. I don't see this as something that you need to do. Let's start here. Current path. You may need to accept some kind of big truth in order to move forward and cut out some BS. Believe it or not, all of these cards are future and they're wands and they're good, but for some reason I'm hearing you may need to cut something out currently. You may need to see the truth of something from a logical, adult, mature perspective and cut something out. I don't know why I'm getting that. This could also be an air sign. This could be you. And we did have Gemini. But it's about truth. And it's about communication. So you may need to communicate your truth. You may need, as a result, you may need to cut something off. Take that as it resonates. If there's some kind of big thing that you've been, you know that you're not dealing with and it's been very stressful and overwhelming, it's time to deal with it. And the good news that I have about that, and we had, don't inhale confidence and exhale fear. Don't make decisions. You may have been staying in something and not telling yourself the truth about something out of fear. Like, what will they think? What will I hurt them? Or, whatever. Some kind of like fear of the consequence. And this is saying, we can't do that. You've got to take care of yourself. And this just may be about your truth. Someone may not be acknowledging your truth. Or maybe you're not. Maybe you're living like some kind of false life. There could be some part of your life that is not true, and you've kind of just been dealing with it or accepting it. Like what I was just thinking, people who are gay. A lot of folks, especially more back in the day, and some people are trying to turn it back to that, but fearful of people's reactions and how hard it is to accept themselves. And when they finally do, how happy they are. We've got the dolphin there. So that's just an example, but it's something major like that, I believe, and it's something truthful that you need to accept. That you either are, or you need to quit, or you need to start something like that. And when you do, this is going to start a whole new, look at all these wands. Wands are action, passion. With the Three of Wands is taking action. It's strategizing, taking action. This person is standing at the shore, even though I don't know why they have the ocean as yellow in this deck, but standing at the shore waiting for their ships to come in. This person has taken some action. Now, I think the message could be, and we have a short period here, 8 months. This could be your future self saying, accept your truth, take action. With the Three of Wands. When you take action with the Eight of Wands, something is coming in. I kind of see this as output. This is you putting energy out. Okay? After you see your truth. Then when you put that energy out, bam, boom, we've got the Eight of Wands. Isn't it funny? 8 of Wands, 8 months. But the Wands is not months. It's like days. Okay, something's coming in, output, input, something's coming in as a result of what you sent out. This is some kind of an offer, a message, an opportunity. It could have to do with travel, but it's coming in. And with the Four of Wands, celebration. And it's something solid. We've got the 4 pillars and 1111, if that means anything to you. It's celebration. It could be marriage. In a relationship reading, I'd call this the marriage card, one of the marriage cards. So accepting some kind of truth, putting some energy out there, some intention, maybe taking some action is going to bring some type of opportunity message, and whatever's coming in is solid, and it's something to celebrate. Okay, let's look at money. Ooh, I want to use this one. Let's look at money. So, what did your future self do 8 months from now to make things better where they are? So this is your future self saying, hey, start that new business, or even stay at the job where you're at because it's going to be good in a year, or leave that job, because they don't appreciate you and you need to find a new one, or, ooh, 4 of Wands again. Okay, money and career. What did your future self do to make things better where they are? Because things are better where they are. They're so much more happy. They're playing. They're not living out of fear. They're just going with the flow. They don't feel the need to control. 2 of Cups. 10 of Wands. We got this 10 of Wands energy in destiny number 1 as well. Queen of Cups. We got that in reading number 1 as well. 5 of Wands. Okay, so here's what your future self did do. Here's what your future self did to make things better where they are financially. In this instance, well, no, I'm getting two things out of this. One, if you are, say, in a relationship and you guys are fussing and fighting over money, it's time to do something about that. There's no future in fussing and fighting over money. With the Ten of Wands, a heavy burden. We got this in Destiny number 1 as well. Something to do with money is a heavy burden. Now, this can be dealing with another person who's burdensome to you, or this could be your negative beliefs, even though it's Wands, but this could be your internal turmoil over money. Money's evil. My parents didn't have money. I'm not meant to have money. I don't know how to handle money. And it's a big burden to you. So one thing that your future self person did was came to terms with money and finance. I feel like there's some kind of big emotional thing, emotional block regarding money with the Queen of Cups that your future self has overcome. What kind of emotional block can you have? Maybe you feel like you need to take care of people. You know, say a older family member or even a younger one who's not doing well or making good decisions. And you feel like you need to help because, well, they're family and blah, blah, blah. And that's an emotional response. And so you're helping, but it's really becoming quite burdensome. And maybe this person really does need help right now, but can you ask for help? Is there anyone else in your circle who can help? Stuff like that. So this burden is emotional. And it could even be this internal fight with yourself is based on emotion. Maybe you feel sorry for yourself, but you need to see why you are handling money and finances the way you are. Because the Queen of Cups is emotionally mature. Okay? You know, what I just heard was like dopamine hit. Like I've gone shopping when I should not have. I couldn't afford it, but it made me feel better. The thought of having this new thing to wear or this new pretty thing in my house. And I'm like, I deserve it. I work hard, you know. Yeah. Maybe you do, but I think you get what I'm saying. When you're emotionally mature, you don't need that dopamine hit. You know what the deal is. Buying something is not going to make you feel better. You see what the name of the game is. So many different scenarios there, but I see a real maturity. Okay. And then as a result, within the next 8 months, some kind of partnership. Now, this is money and career. So this could be an opportunity, a new job. I mean, you could even be working at a job that's burdensome because it's like, well, I can't quit. I have things to take care of. And you just kind of accept your fate. And you don't realize your worth. And maybe you're not even applying on other jobs because, well, you know, fear. Well, you know, I don't know. This one's close to the house. You know, whatever. But as a result of having this emotional maturity about your financial decisions, I see an opportunity for a new partnership. Okay? So, and this is the money and finance row, but also Two of Cups, love, spirit guiding this person to you or this opportunity to you. This could be about love as well. And we see it right underneath the Four of Wands, the marriage card. So we're not going to turn that down. So I think you get the message there when you make that observation and that change and become emotionally mature. It helps you to become financially mature. And that's when good opportunities are going to start coming in. You're going to draw them to you. Instead of staying stuck in a place of fear and lack and burden. Like, for my example, even if you're helping take care of someone because you feel beholden or something, you're going to see, well, that's not fair. And you're going to start asking for help. And maybe even asking this person to start helping themselves, which is the best thing that you could do. Sometimes help that we give can cripple people, can keep them, and sometimes maybe we kind of know that subconsciously and we want that. Like in love relationships. But you don't want that. If you did, you don't want that anymore. Okay, love. Same thing with love. What did your future self in 8 months to a year from now, what did they do within this time frame to make things better in their love life? What did they do? How did it work out? What's the deal? Whew. Wheel of Fortune, love it. 3 of Pentacles, 6 of Pentacles, love it. 8 of Cups. First of all, your future self walked away from something that they really care about. They chose a new path. That's what this is about. What is your destiny? Your destiny is where you are right now is a result of every single choice and decision that you've made in your life. Fate is different. Fate can be something really bad or really good that happens to a large group of people at one time or something. Some people believe we even attract that, but I don't know about that. But destiny is as a result of your choices and decisions. And you're choosing, this is your future self saying, you have to leave something. Now, it could be a person. It could be a job. It could be an old immature mindset that kept you feeling safe. I don't know. But you have to walk away from something that you love, that you care about, in order to grow in love and relationships. Love, a love relationship, a friend relationship, a family relationship. And that doesn't mean to make it better with someone specifically. It could mean to make it better with yourself. Like, I would rather be alone and love myself than be with someone and be taken advantage of, just not happy. You see what I'm saying? I don't have to be with someone out of fear of being alone, which is one example. So you're walking away from something, and it could be something internally or externally. Okay, now, as a result of this walking away, this is when you're opening up the space for good things to come in. Whatever this thing is, and it'll be different for each of you. This thing that you have to walk away from, something that you really care about, something that you're attached to. You got the Sun here, you're walking away to a whole new, beautiful beginning. It's a really wise and mature decision. And when you do that, Wheel of Fortune, good things are going to happen. Wheel of Fortune is a 10. It's like the end. It's the end of this old, burdensome way of things that didn't serve you. And I know this is money and this is love, but let me tell you, what we do in love is kind of how we deal with money. If we're fearful in love, we're fearful with money. If we get taken advantage of in love, we get taken advantage of with money. And so when we get strong in one area, it automatically makes us stronger in another. We may need to work harder on one than the other, and we may relapse more in love than in money and stuff like that. But basically, when we learn one lesson, it does have the tendency to bleed over into other areas. And so this lesson that you learned with money is helping you in love. Or you could have learned the lesson in love and it helped you in money. We just talked about money first. But anyway, by leaving this thing, it's the end of kind of an old, unhappy, burdensome way, and the opportunity for a new beginning. And this is what your future self is telling you. Within this 8 months to a year, your person sees, your future self, you see a significant change even in this short amount of time. A new beginning, a new, more lucky beginning. Because the 10, it's the end, but add 1 plus 0, what do you get? The 1, a new beginning. As a result of this new beginning, there's going to be an opportunity. And it's funny that this is love, but we get the 3 of Pentacles. It's so funny how that works. We got the 2 of Cups, which is love in money. And then we get, which is a partnership and is appropriate for money. And then we get the 3 of Pentacles. And Pentacles is about like money and community and stuff like that. So we get the 3 of Pentacles in love. Tarot's always like messing with me like that. But this is about community working together. In this example, it's like a mom, a dad, and a kid, and that could be about love. You may find yourself being, I was going to say being availed of, but that's not good English. You may find more opportunities when you leave this either thing or way of thinking or being. More opportunities coming your way for good relationships. This could be family, this could be friends, it could be love. And with the 6 of Pentacles, we see balance in giving and accepting. Giving, accepting. Here, I feel like you're more of a giver, an overgiver. Okay? You may be walking away from the tendency to overgive. And here, we see balance. And we see you receiving. Where before, I feel like you weren't receiving your fair share, is the energy that I'm getting. Okay, what advice can we get from your future self? 8 months to a yearish away from now. One more shuffle. What advice does your future self have for you? First of all, they're telling you that to be on this good path, you need to accept some kind of a truth about who you are, what you will accept. And you need to cut something out. Cut something out, walk away from something. That's already some advice. But, you know, with these cards, it just blends over. You can't keep them categorized. So, what is advice from your future self 8 months to a year from now? Queen of Cups again. Maturity in love, coming from love. The Death card, love it. 2 of Cups again. And the Queen of Pentacles, I love it. Here's the advice. The Death card, the end of the old automatic way of doing something and the beginning of a new. Okay, that's how you're going to affect this change. That's how your future self affected this change. And with the Dolphin card, it's like they gave up the burden, the heaviness, the fear. They said, no more. I don't care what people say. I don't care what people do. No matter what it is, I'm going to live my life and I'm going to be me. And this is the advice from your future self. Let that go. As a result, we have two queens. Maturity, emotional maturity, able to come at life from a perspective of love. Even where we may have been totally fighting and fussing and angry at people when we should have been angry at ourselves for accepting what we did or for limiting ourselves the way we did. So we're able to come from love. Maybe we are angry at ourselves once we see what we're doing, but we change it with the Death card. We walk away. And so we have the Queen of Cups coming at life from love, and the Queen of Pentacles, bountiful. And that's what's going to happen. In the next 8-ish months, we have the Two of Cups twice. Some kind of a partnership. Whatever your perspective is. A good offer of a good job. If you're an entrepreneur, a contract, a new beginning. We have a fish here. It's not a dolphin, but it's kind of beautiful. The playful energy. If it's love, it's an offer of love. It could be both. It could be all kinds of opportunities. But we've got to walk away and or end. Cut something out. And once we do that, it opens up the floodgates. And so in 8 months' time to a year, you're going to be doing much better financially. With the Queen of Cups and the Two of Cups, the Queen of Cups twice, and the Four of Wands, I see, if you're interested, I see some kind of a loving relationship or even marriage. Maybe you won't get married in 8 months' time, but maybe you'll meet the one. If that's what you're interested in, if that's what you're looking for, if that's what you're open to. So, kind of beautiful group number 2. This is your destiny. Destiny number 2. Thank you so much for joining me and sticking, through this with me. Please do like, share, and subscribe if you've not. And we'll see you next week. Bye-bye. Destiny number 3. Welcome. If you chose this destiny, this is a message from you, from your future self, 5 years in the future. This is the longest one of all of these 3 readings. So this is messages from you, or these are messages from you in 5 years' time. Let's go ahead and look at this Eagle card. It says Eagle Mastery. You are on a spiritual journey beyond the sky. Let go of the past and soar. So we're being guided to let go of the past. And I'll be surprised if we don't get those kind of messages from our future self. You are guided by the winds of spirit. Your wisdom inspires the world. So in 5 years' time, I see you having mastered a lot. We can go through 5 years' time and not do much. Trust me. I know. Especially like through the pandemic. A lot of people took advantage of that and maybe like took classes and stuff. I was kind of frozen personally. But in this 5 years, I see you mastering something, becoming more spiritual, letting go of the past, and becoming way wiser. We had group 1, Destiny 1 was the Raven, the shaman. I'm feeling kind of shaman energy here as well, even though it doesn't say it. So if you related to the eagle, and if you were interested in finding out what your future self is up to in 5 years' time, this reading is for you. Also, if you're interested in these zodiac signs, if you are one of them or you're interested in a person who is one of them, this may have drawn you to this reading. We have Cancer, Aquarius, Scorpio, and Taurus. So 2 water signs, an air sign, and an earth sign. Now, if it wasn't these, no biggie. It doesn't, you don't have to be that sign. Let me take a sip of water. Okay, 5 years from now, and the eagle. Let's see what is up. So the first question, or the first topic, what your future self wants you to know about your current path, like today, like within the, today, let's say within the, where you're at. But it could be like stuff that you recently did or stuff that you're thinking about doing in the very near future, next week, or say this month or something, this coming month. What your future self wants you to know about your current path. Is it good? Do you need to end something, start something, make a detour? What's going on? Okay, some big change is going to happen or needs to happen. The Knight of Cups, the Ten of Cups, the Nine of Pentacles. The message to me is very clear. I feel like you've been alone for quite a while. Group 3, Destiny number 3. With the Nine of Pentacles, we see someone who took a long time. With Pentacles, I always equate Pentacles to years. Okay? And so, 9 years, quite a while. Doesn't have to be 9, but quite a while have you been alone. Now, funny that I said, hey, using time to the best, can't think of the phrase, but taking advantage of the time for the best outcome. And I don't feel like I've always done that, but I've dealt with like depression and stuff like that, which it's not a pass card, you know what I mean? But it's real, okay. I've dealt with it. I'm dealing with it in a positive way. I'm not using it as an excuse, okay? And I don't know why I was compelled to say that, except for sometimes I do overshare, TMI, but maybe that's something you've dealt with as well. But whatever it is, you have used these years, and you will use these 5 years, or maybe since this is intended to be right now, you're being acknowledged for a long voyage of self-growth. The Nine of Pentacles is the single card. You could have been single for quite a while. And I think what your future self is trying to tell, and this is good, you've built yourself up, okay? You got a savings, you've got self-esteem, you've got self-worth. Maybe you had a history of bad relationships or not handling money well. I see huge growth. And we've got the snail here. It took you a while, but slow and steady wins the race. And you've done good. I hear your future self saying, you done good. Okay? Now, it's time for that to end. I don't think there's anything you need to do. A lot of times this is advice. You need to quit this or start that. What I feel like your future self is saying about your current path, very soon this singleness is going to end. And the Death card is like kind of right now energy, okay? It's major arcana. It's a big deal. I feel like you're happy. Like you're not out looking necessarily. You're like, you know what? I feel so good and so proud building myself up like this. But something is coming that's going to change all that. And it's going to be the end of the automatic way you've been living your life. You've gotten used to this. You're okay with this. Maybe you're even preferring this right now. The single card, being single, being alone. Not everyone is meant to be, paired up and be in a relationship, I think. I don't know. No man is an island. Maybe we're just picky and maybe we attracted the wrong kind and we didn't think we could attract good. But that's changing with the Death card. And it's so funny, Oh, hold on here. Dun, 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 the Death card. But what does the Death card herald in this instance? Someone coming in, an offer of love, offering you the Ten of Cups, family, contentment. And I think this is about love. I think it's about a romantic love relationship. The Knight of Cups, the knight in shining armor, an offer. I don't think there's anything that you need to do. Like if I saw the Eight of Cups or the King or Queen of Swords, I'd say you need to cut this out and you need to walk away from. I see someone coming in offering you love. And this is just saying, yeah, that's what's gonna happen. You don't need to do anything. And I feel like this is kind of current. That was the question. What does your future self want you to know about your current path? Your future self wants you to know that you done good, you built yourself up, self-esteem, self-worth, you got a little savings, you maybe got a good job or you started a good company, whatever it is, you're doing good for yourself, okay? Thumbs up. You done good. I keep on hearing you done good. But what your future self wants you to know is someone's coming that is going to end the single life. And I feel like it's love. I mean, come on, Knight of Cups, Ten of Cups. If you're not interested in love, we could downplay this and say the opportunity for a loving family, some type of content life. If you want to downplay it, I'll go ahead and go there, but I feel like it's love. Okay, let's look at money and career. So anyway, what your future self wants you to know, it's going to change, and I don't think you have to do anything. No more single life. That's what I'm hearing. And if that's not what you want, I think this reading isn't for you. I don't even want to downplay it. So this is love. I see love coming in. Okay, money and career. What did your future self do in 5 years from today, let's say, to make things better financially? We see what you did here. You got yourself to the Nine of Pentacles, and it's good. Maybe with this partnership, you went even further. And when I say money and career, sometimes it's more about family and legacy than, being a CEO or something. Let's see. Let's see what cards we get. Money and career. What did your future self do to make things better for themselves financially where they are? Whoa, the Empress is the most abundant The Hierophant, look at this big, I'm getting chills. This is Major Arcana, big energy. Two of Swords, King of Swords. What did your future self do to help themselves out financially? I feel like with the Two of Swords, you have some kind of blockage that you have to work on in the next 5 years. With the Two of Swords, it's something like, see how this person is protecting their heart, kind of. They've got the blindfold on, they can't see. But swords are about thoughts, the mind, and beliefs. I feel like you have some negative beliefs around money. Maybe from what you saw your parents go through, or making some bad decisions as a young person. But here we see you really working on it. But this is what you had to overcome, the negative beliefs about money. And I feel like you were able to detach yourself from the emotion and the shame or the fear or whatever it was, and see it very logically. What growth? Hello? The Two of Swords to the King of Swords? What a leap in this 5 years. So making this leap to be able to look at money logically and not emotionally has helped. I feel like this Nine of Pentacles is a journey that you've been on. Maybe you're still only at the 2. I mean, we've got 5 years here to play around with. This is your current path. Either you've already started on this journey or you will soon. But you become much more logical about money and less emotionally charged. Now, here's what else I think. This is the money part. So it's interesting. I can take this a couple of ways. One, the Hierophant. Higher education. Become more wise about money. We have wisdom here, gaining wisdom. We see you on a spiritual journey. The Hierophant, or the Pope, is the conduit between the spiritual world and the unwashed masses, the 3D and the 5D. So it could have to do with education. But in love, it would be marriage. It's about wisdom. The wise person making the decisions. It's also a 5, and it's about change. So we see change and growth. Now the Empress is the most abundant. The Empress is the Queen of Queens. She's all 3 queens. She's abundant, she's fertile, she's nurturing. She's beautiful. I feel like, I have to preface this. You were fine when you were single, and you did great, and you will continue to do great personally. However, I feel like this partnership really helps you to embrace your abundant self. I feel like the Empress is really a manifester. And people, this is manifestation. No, that's manifestation. No, you have to do this to manifest. What I think of manifestation is someone who makes things happen without controlling it. They do it through intention, visualization, some action. It's not about pushing the thing through and making it manifest exactly the way you want, because we don't have that control. And it's also not about writing it down and closing your eyes and wishing that it will happen. This is my opinion. It's about visualizing, putting some energy out there, and from a purely yin and yang perspective, black and white, female and male, night and day perspective, the Empress is about receiving. The Empress doesn't have to go out and chase and spend a lot of energy making things happen. The Empress puts intention, visualization, energy, some action out there, but the Empress mainly receives. And that is what I see for you. Somehow you are going to be in a situation, whether it is on your own or as a result of this partnership. And I feel like, why am I so, what's the word, hesitant to accept that this is a love reading? A result of this partnership in love, this is money, but in love, the Hierophant is the marriage card. But I feel like as a result of this partnership, you are the Empress. You're going to become so abundant. You're going to work together as a team. And you're going to become super duper abundant. But the cool part is with the Hierophant as well, even though it means marriage in a love reading, in this money and finance, I see you and your partner really becoming savvy and making good decisions. I see growth from the Two of Swords to the King of Swords. Like, this is what we need to do, and this is what we need not to do. And with the Empress and the Hierophant, huge growth. And it's, again, disclaimer language, you can do this yourself, but in this reading, in this destiny, you're not, see, look, love offer. In this destiny, you're not doing it by yourself. You have a love offer. Someone who loves you and wants to grow with you and work with you and build with you. Let's look at love, because money was about love, but love helped to create this atmosphere of abundance and working together and teamwork. What do they say? I'm so trite but true. Teamwork makes the dream work. Two heads are better than one. Let's look at love. And same as with money and career. What did your future self do in this 5-year period to make things better as far as love and relationships go? We have the 5 of Cups, Temperance, the 9 of Cups, and the World. Beautiful. So here's what you did, and I love this. But no, let me step back. I have to start with the 5 of Cups. In love, you dealt with the loss. And whom of us haven't? This is earth-shattering, Tana. I had loss and some bad relationships. Well, no. Most of us have. Some of us pick a good partner from the jump and it's good. But I feel like most of us, or probably at least 50% of us, have been through some shitty relationships, or have been hurt, betrayed, whatever. Or lost. You know, experiencing real grief from real loss. but you've worked through it. Now, some people can go through a couple of bad relationships and quit. But I don't see that. I see you. Mastery, journey, 9 of Pentacles, building yourself up. 9 of Cups, building yourself up. And so what your future self is telling you is that they really worked on themselves. And they're really proud of you because they see you already doing it. So, working through. Not repressing, but working through. And in this instance, we've got 1 cup of good memories here by this person's side. And then we've got spilled cups. But what is really cool is this person has their foot in it. And they're pouring out the negativity. It's not repressing it, it's dealing with it. What does putting your foot in it mean? Like dealing with it, stepping on it, getting wet, getting dirty, whatever. Putting your foot in it and working through it, working on it. And that's what you're doing. And that is being advised to you or being acknowledged of you. Okay? And then we have the 9 of Cups, 9 of Pentacles, 9 of Cups, self. 9s are the self cards. Self-esteem, self-worth, self-love, self-worth, self-esteem. Building yourself up, growing. Okay? And then, interesting, we have the Temperance, and it came right under the Hierophant. 5, and Temperance is 14, which equals 5. And so in this 5 years in love, you're able to find balance. You're able to transform. We got lead into gold. You're able to transform the negative experiences and the negative emotions into something beautiful. And you know, they say, oh, we have to experience negativity to really appreciate positivity. And I hate that, but I think it's kind of true. And I feel like that's what you're doing. And then we have the World in love. So it's like the World and the Death card. Same kind of energy. This is the end of an automatic way of doing something. And it's kind of like now energy and the beginning of a new. Long live the king is dead, long live the king. But with the World card, it's a graduation. It is the ending of one thing and the beginning of something new, but the old thing is an accomplishment. It's like getting your bachelor's and moving on to your PhD kind of a deal. Or, I'm sorry, MBA. You know what I mean? Or, you know, getting your MBA and then moving on to your PhD. It's like an accomplishment. And it's the end of the fool's journey. And so in love, you really, in the 5 years, balance, transmutation of the negative into positive. What I mean by that is if you've never been hurt, you can't really understand where people are coming from. You may not be able to fully appreciate what you have. I mean, I'm sure some people do, but you know what I mean? But so in love, we see growth, dealing with things, and really attaining the 10 of Cups. It's beautiful in 5 years. And I don't think it's at the end of the 5 years. I feel like your 5-year self is saying, you know, 5 years in the future self is saying, man, it's good and it's been good. You know what I'm hearing? Your 5-year future self, yourself 5 years in the future is saying, thank you. Usually it's like, here's what I did, and here's what you need to do, and here's what you need to stop, and here's what you need to start, and here's what you need to watch out for. But I feel like you're well on your journey, and your 5-year self is saying, thank you. Okay, advice from your future self. Maybe we will get some advice. Is there something that you need to embrace, something that you need to let go of, actions that you need to take? So we'll take this as advice messages from our future self, just kind of maybe generic. Let's see what kind of energy we get. Seven of Wands. Seven of Pentacles, love it. Three of Cups. Page of Wands. Okay, I see some advice in here. Number one, the 2 sevens. Seven of Wands, never give up. Create your boundaries. I mean, even if you have a loving offer up here and everything's beautiful and it's the 10 of Cups, I think to go on this journey, this 9 of Pentacles journey and this 9 of Cups, the 2 single and self journey before you get this offer of love or this journey that you've already been on, it's all about establishing and maintaining boundaries. Maybe it's just a reminder, but I see that hey, this is what I'm worth, this is what I require, and I can choose someone with it, or I can, walk away if the person is, doesn't respect that. 7 of Pentacles, planting the seeds. Look at the bounty. Sometimes in the 7 of Pentacles, I see in different decks, it's like, oh my God, I planted these seeds. I worked so hard and nothing's really growing. But not in this deck. Look at this tree is bountiful. And look at, it's blooming with pentacles. Don't give up. What you planted will, I just heard what you reap, you will sow, whatever, that's so biblical or whatever, but what you planted will come to fruition. It will bear fruit. What you planted, the work you did, you'll get a great result. That's what I'm hearing. Now, Page of Wands. There could be, so pages are messengers. They're also kind of new beginnings, like the spark of an idea. So it could be a message, it could be a new idea, but it could also be a person. Please take this as it resonates. But it could be a younger person, a child, someone younger than you. And it's a fire sign, Aries, Leo, Sag. So take that as it resonates. And then we have the 3 of Cups. Working together, community. I think this is Spirit saying, yeah, you've done a lot on your own. You've done a lot of this work. And you may have a wonderful love partner coming in, but don't forget the support of your friends, your family, your community. This is one of the keys to get you to the most successful place in the next 3 years. This is what I have for you. It's beautiful. Thanks, and see you next time. Bye-bye.